So when I posted that video, what do you want from me? Wasn't a cry for help, genuinely just wanted to know what you wanted from me. So regular content is key. I did a couple of uploads Wednesday. I wanted to do one this Wednesday, but I've been very busy and I've finally got a legitimate reason for not being able to post on Wednesday. But if I post this today, which is the 9th of February, I am still on track for doing a video a week for you. And the video that I was halfway through editing is nearly ready, so that'll definitely be ready by Wednesday. Anyway, we're at the unit, getting ready for this breaker to be gone because I've got something very exciting to take its place. Need to do work on a couple of my own cars up here as well. And just having this here is just causing me a headache. So I just need to rip as much stuff off as I can, like the engine's already out, obviously, bits like that, and then I can crack on. So coming back to the reason why that video wasn't done on Wednesday, I was in the hospital from Friday morning last week to Tuesday this week because my daughter was being born. She was born on Sunday. So that's great, but obviously, yeah, I had to prioritise life and family and being a dad rather than finishing off the video. But it is very close, so that will be released next week. I'm not going to be filming everything that I'm taking off tonight because that would mean that I just wouldn't get everything taken off. But I'm just going to talk you through the bits that are still worth removing. So there's all these goodies in the engine bay that realistically are hardly ever needed, probably never go wrong. I was going to take the steering rack off, but as you can see there, that fluid isn't green. So that means it's had the wrong fluid in. So the seals are probably not going to be much good. So there's no point in me keeping that. I'm going to take the full exhaust off because we've got the cats that are worth a bit of money, obviously. And then it's an aftermarket cat back. I'm going to remove the wiper motor, get that out. We're going to try and chase the part of loom that goes for the cruise control. Although I'm not too fussed about that if I don't get that off. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, obviously, engine's out. If anyone wants a V6 engine that runs, but there was just potential issue with timing, so it might need stripping down and sorting, but it's very cheap. If anyone wants it, get in touch with me. You can have the loom, the engine, the gearbox, ECU, 600 quid. Come and get it. That's cheap. That's really cheap. If no one wants to buy it, eventually, if it's still sat here, I might do a strip down and see what's going on with it. That might be interesting. Who knows? But yeah, if you want a cheap V6 with the gearbox, loom, ECU, 600 quid, just come and take it. And then you can have the shirt off my back. Right, so interior-wise, I've already taken the door locks out because someone needed a set. And that meant that we took the steering column apart to get the locks out of there, which is good fun. Inside here, neither of these were any good. This, it's got a couple of little marks on. Might be where some of the stereo is not really any good. It's all worn out. Probably get the hazard switch out because I know that's good. The plastics and stuff are all just black plastics really. So unless someone contacts me saying specifically they want a full black interior, it's not really much point in me ripping all this out. Because it just takes up a load of room, and anyone that's broken a TT before knows that you'll just end up with a pile of stuff that doesn't sell because there's so many of them being broken. Yeah, but I mean, things like this, these often break, so that's good. But that's not broken. We'll pull that out. Yeah, I mean, parcel shelf's in good condition. That's already off. These are always worth keeping hold of. Clock spring. They sit there behind the wheel, always worth having. Yeah, like I said, I've got to take the cruise control apart. So you've got the stalk there, and then you've got this bit of loom here, and this is the bit that if I can be bothered, we'll trace it and remove it from where it goes. But I mean, I don't know, for the effort and for how much you get for it, is there much point? I don't know. This is just about getting off the big easy bits because time is money and there's other stuff that I want to be doing in there, like I say. What else? Tailgate, the spoiler is being a nightmare. That won't come off easily. It's been really annoying me, winding me up. We'll take some of the bits of the rear suspension off. Look how crusty that got. That's... Ugh. Wow, I've never seen the end of a drive shaft crumble like that. That's no good to anyone, is it? That's horrible. Ew. I think the calipers are good, so we'll remove those. The rear anti-roll bar is bigger on the 3.2 than it is on the 1.8. Same as the front anti-roll bar is also bigger. So that's worth keeping hold of, and hopefully someone will want that. Maybe someone on the track page, put a post up on there. Yeah, I mean, the big bits have already gone. Like the brakes are obviously quite common on these. I'm not even sure if it's worth me keeping hold of the drive shafts or not. None of the suspension's really any point in keeping it. Louis, that came on the TT trip with us from America, he's having all these bits for one of his cars in the US. Just little brackets and stuff from around the engine. So I've shown you the bits that I'm going to be removing from this tonight. Not much more left to get off. Obviously, I've already taken stuff off and there's stuff on the shelves. You know, people like the honeycomb volants and stuff like that. But there's also other stuff on the shelves. Eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed this. This is a cooler works shifter. How cool is that? And then this is a nice 330mm steering wheel. And those are both for the Mark II because, and you'll see, but the Mark II, since last you saw it, is very different. And these are a couple of the last things that I wanted to do just to spice that up even more. But I've got things like these original OEM tie bars for the low mileage Mark I. I've got some other bits and bobs down here for that. Down there I've got some suspension for it because we will be working on that. I'm not sure when I'm going to start working on that because I need to do clutch and these bits on the Mark II. And yes, you heard me right, I've got to do another clutch on the Mark II, but I won't spoil that. I'll let you see what happened causing that. But yes, let's say I was 500 miles from home without a clutch. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. So yeah, bits to do on the Mark II, bits to do on the Mark I. And then what's going to be filling this space behind me? Well, I can tell you it is another Mark I, okay? That's what you've been asking for. That's the content I'm going to give you. But this one's a bit cool. And when I say cool, it's because of the situation around me getting it. So a very, very generous viewer reached out to me and said, Bryn, I've got this Mark I. It failed the MOT for, I think, a couple of suspension bits. Nothing else major at the time was wrong with it, but it's been parked up for 5 years. I need it out of the way. Come and get it and it's yours. Well, wow, why wouldn't I want that? So yeah, it's a bit of a risk in terms of what else could have gone wrong in the last 5 years, but it's only going to cost me a recovery fee to get it back here and we can go through it with a fine-tooth comb. So I can go through the whole process of, before we even do a first start, what are the things that we're going to be looking out for? What do we need to do to recommission this TT to get it back into roadworthy condition? He's got some suspension bits that he had bought at the time. He's been saving a few parts. So I'm going to buy those parts off him because I'm going to need to buy them anyway. But yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much, but I just want you to know that there is some decent Mark I content in the pipeline. So yeah, I'm going to rip into this, then I'm going to get home, quickly slap this video together, get it out for you so that you've had a video a week, like I promised. And I will see you in the next one, which will be an Easter trip with my stepson to the Nürburgring. It was really fun and I can't wait for you to see it. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you later. Cheers, guys.
All right.
How was your first lap, Tyler?
Absolutely